friends, what an exciting video I have today. I'm going to do part of it today, and then I'll have to do, you'll see following this on the same video, there'll be another part. You'll see why. But I ordered some doll kits from AliExpress, and they came and I'm super excited about them. And by this time you've seen their blanket openings, you know their names probably by now, but I wanted to let you in on a little behind the scenes. So let's look at the baby. Okay, so I have two kits here, and I just kind of wanted to show you an overall view, and then we will get into more of the detail of the kits. The kitty did not come in the mail. He's been here. It's Minky. Say hi, Minkster. Say hello, YouTube friends. Yes, he had to come check out the babies. So let's get into the details. Oh, okay, so first I got the Shea kit by, pulled it up so I could tell you guys the names here. Bonnie Sabine. So, and I am going to make him a little boy. You already know that by now, but he is stinking adorable. So he came, I did get him rooted with hair, and it's actually really cute and nice. And it's actually some of the softest hair I've felt on these little dolls ever. And he has beautiful blue eyes. I don't know how wonderful. Oh, there you go. There you go. The cutest little smirky face. I love him so much. He is adorable. Oh, he's so adorable. And by now you already know he's a twin, but when I'm recording this video, my Saskia, who's going to be his twin sister, she's not here yet. She's on her way. So she's coming. As soon as that's going to be the part 2 of this video. But so I'm so happy. So he came in some bubble wrap. He was shoved in there. All his parts though were wrapped in some plastic bags, and he just came in a bag, which was fine by me. He is perfectly fine. There is absolutely nothing wrong with him. He was very well protected on his way over. And it did take, was it 3 weeks? I think it was about 3 weeks for him to come, which was an agonizing 3 weeks for me. He also came with a pacifier, but there is no magnet in his mouth, but I really like the sculpt because his mouth is super easy to get to, so I'll be able to put a magnet in there, no problems. He came with 6 zip ties, and they're the small ones. It's not getting too close. They're the small ones, so that's great. He came with his little body. He is supposed to be 22 inches. And then he has 4 limbs. Little hands. He does have some really good Minky. Honey, will you go get him? Cat's tearing up the my shelf over there. But he does have some really good veining. The thing about it is the cameras don't show them very well. So, but he has great veining. Whoop! I just threw an arm. No babies were harmed in the making of this video. But his other arm, and then of course he has 2 legs. One's kind of a little bent and one's straight. Like he's like, you know, sitting with a little bent leg. And then I got the Zoe. This camera doesn't have very good light. Well, my room doesn't have very good lighting, so I probably should have. She looks, to me in the camera, she looks a little odd. In person, she looks adorable. She has fair skin. She has beautiful blue eyes. She actually has very light colored eyelashes. She has like a strawberry blonde hair that I love. She's adorable. She's my little Irish girl. She came with a little bottle, and this one actually has a softer, like it's not a real baby bottle, looks like it, but a softer little nipple, so that's nice. And that's nice, although she is going to be too big for a bottle. She's going to need a sippy cup, but that's okay. She has sisters. And then she came with a body. She's supposed to be 27 inches, I think, is what it was. Her arms, Now, she doesn't have as much veining as my little guy does, but she does have veining, and she's very much lighter skinned. Let's see if you can. Very much, he's got a little more of a tan color, and she's got a little more of a very light skinned baby. And her little legs, and don't worry, they look a little squished, but once you get the stuffing in them, she's gonna have fat chunky little thighs like we love. She came with 5 of the zip ties, and I'm pretty sure this is not an authentic certificate, but she did come with a certificate. But so that is my Zoe kit and my Shea kit, and I think they're adorable additions to our Dolly family. Now I cannot wait for, because you know, remember at this point I don't have my Saskia yet, and she is one that I've been wanting for a very long time. She's on her way. I'm probably within the next week or so she'll be here. So I'm gonna leave this here. I'm not gonna end it. Stay tuned for part 2, which is right now. Okay guys, it's been about maybe a week. Has it been a week? Yeah, okay. Hubby's over here. So I think it's been a week since I recorded that first little part you just saw. And my other kit finally came in. All my kits actually got ordered from the AliExpress, and their delivery date was from the 10th to the 11th. And today is, what is today then? I think today's the 8th.
8th,
yeah. So it's the 8th, July 8th. And so she came early too. It's just, it was hard for me to wait. Because this kit I have been wanting for a very long time. And I actually was going to order some off Amazon because they were cute. But I found a kit that I could put together on AliExpress, and I'm super excited. I'm super excited that I did, because so she just came in this, well, she had one more bag on her, another little bag, and then this bag. She came in this bag. I already got it cut open. So let's see. Oh, they got her, look, got her little head in her little bag. Oh, she is, I'm really glad I waited and got her this way. Her little face is precious. Look at her. So she's the Saskia kit replica by Bonnie Brown, and she is gorgeous. All her little hair. I will have to give her a little haircut though, because they got kind of raggedy, which happens a lot of times. Even with the Amazon dolls, I've had to give all them haircuts just to trim off the raggities. But I really like, she has a little headband on, but I'm gonna take that off. It's cute. It's actually a really cute little headband. Oh, look at, she's got a lot of hair. A lot. Look at all that hair. Whoa. Whoa, talk about some bedhead, right? Yeah, we'll have to brush that out and clean that up a little bit. But that is, she is so cute. Look at that. Look at her little face. I just love this little kid. She's like, what's going on? Oh, she's so cute. Okay. She came with a body. Thank God, right? I mean, what would I do with just the head? So, she does have a pacifier, which leads me to ask, she already has a magnet in there. Oh, she does. Oh yeah. Yay, I don't have to put a magnet in. I don't like putting magnets in. I've done it once now, and it wasn't a god-awful experience, but it's not my favorite thing to do, but I can do it. I can do it. So she came with a little pink, you know, little generic pacifier, but it's cute. And her magnet's already in there. Thank goodness. Don't have to do that. And then here is her little body. So she's supposed to be 22 inches. So it looks like, oh, I was getting ready to say, well, they didn't send any zip ties, but they were hidden in her body. My other dolls, oh, but these heads are kind of big. My other dolls came with the small headed ones. Let me show you. I actually bought these myself. They sent her with, do you see the head difference there? So I won't be using these on her. I will actually just use the ones that I already have, because see how much smaller. Now, if you don't have any and you have to use the bigger headed ones, then you do what you gotta do, right? So she did come with zip ties. They're just too big for her. That's okay. I have extras, so we'll use mine. And then she came with parts. Let's see. Let's get her limbs out. So there's one little leg. And she has definitely got the blushing and the mottling on there. Oh, look at that little toe, a little pointed toe. I like her color. She looks really good. Another little leg. She got the blushing, the shading, and her little arms. So cute. There's that little finger. So there's her little arms. This actually isn't that bad at all. A little bit of veining going on. Yeah, I'm very pleased with this. I can't wait to put her together. And guess what, guys? I'm gonna bring you along for the journey. I'm gonna let you see me put her together. A couple of you have asked if I would, if I got one of these kits, if I would show how I put them together. You know, everybody has a preference, and I actually do it, I think, pretty normally. I've watched so many different ladies and gotten so many different tips from the different ladies. So I kind of implement a lot of different things for different dolls. Now she's gonna be but I think she's 22 inches. So she's gonna be about a normal, my kitty cat's down here sniffing on me. A normal way to put her together. I won't put any weight like in her head because she's a bigger baby, so she should be able to hold her head up by herself. I will weight her limbs and put a little weight in her, the bottom portion of her body. That's the way I like mine to be. And everybody has a preference. And once you get to putting your babies together or modifying your babies, you will find out what your preference is. Okay, so I got my camera angled because I want you guys to be able to see what I'm doing. So I got her legs, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fill her legs probably about here. I don't know, I gotta see how much I got, how many glass beads I got. I definitely want her foot filled and a little bit of, I think to about here I will want filled with the glass beads, as long as I have enough left, because remember I also have to do her hands. I like their hands and a little bit up on their hands filled with the glass beads. I have this wonderful fancy coffee container. So this is all I got of the glass beads left, because I've been doing some dolly modifications. I have a funnel and I do use it sometimes, and sometimes I don't need to. This is just a scooper from, I think it's from protein powder. My son makes protein shakes, so I keep these because they come in handy, and it's squeezable. So when I'm putting the beads in, I can squeeze it and pour the beads in there. And then there's the beads. And these beads I got online on Amazon. I think I want to say they were $22 for like, oh, I don't remember how many pounds. I'll have to look it up and link it down in the description box below. But, oh, and let me show you what else. Let me show you what we're going to use before I really get into this. So I got these are actually pantyhose I've had for years, and I haven't used them in years. So I've been using them as my little This one might be just about done, but I have more in here. But I use them for to make the little bags, you know, little weight bags to put inside of them. So I'll just cut a portion off, fill it up as much as I can. I don't know how many beads I'm gonna have, so she's not gonna be very weighted, but that's okay. So I'll fill it up as much as I can, tie it off and put it in her, and I'll show you guys that when I do it. But you can also do like knee highs and stuff like that, and you can get those things at the dollar store. My zip ties, I got, where did I get my zip ties? Oh, I got these at Bountiful Baby, but you can also get these at, I think Dolls by Sandy, and there's another one people always miss, McPherson's, something like that. I think they sell the dolly stuff too. So that's where those come from. I have a little bit of, I ordered some super soft polyfill online, and it is super soft. This is all I have left of it, but this I'm gonna save for her body. Well, that's not gonna fill her whole body probably, but, and then what I did and what I do, and I learned this from another lady, is I bought this. Here, let me get the camera up just a little bit so you can see this. Oh, trying here. There we go. Okay, so I bought this, and this is just cheap. This is 20 ounces of Crafter's Choice dry polyester packing. The reason this isn't going to be in her body, this is what I'm going to stuff her limbs with, because her limbs really doesn't matter. You don't have to have like super soft. And actually, if you don't have the money and this all there is, I mean, you can use this for the bodies too. It's not like, so this was $6 at my local Walmart. And then for her body though, I did buy, this is 16 ounces of premium polyfill, fiberfill, and it is a lot softer. And that's what I've been using besides this really premium soft stuff. But this was kind of expensive. This was $6 again. So I got a whole bunch of polyfill for 12 bucks at Walmart, where I think I spent like 20 something dollars on this stuff. So if you're on a budget, don't worry about it. Your doll's still gonna be super soft. I mean, if you got the money for the expensive stuff, go for it. But, and then I'm gonna have to have some toenail clippers. These are the best things for the zip ties. And then I have, because getting down sometimes in these limbs, in these little limbs to pack down the polyfill, you know, your finger only goes so far in there. So I have this really long metal straw that I never use. And I've been using that to pack the polyfill, and it's worked great. It's worked great. So I think that's all my supplies that I'm going to be using. So let's get you back down here. All right, so let's get on with getting her legs filled. Like I said, I'm not going to weigh her too horribly much because I don't have a lot of glass beads left, and I want to make sure I can get all of her limbs in a little bag in her body to weigh her out. So I just pour it in. So that was about a half a scoop of this, and actually that filled up exactly where I wanted that to be. So I think we're in good shape. Now once I get my leg, the glass beads in my leg, I can't believe I did that like so perfectly. Then I'm gonna get me some polyfill, the kind that I'm using for the limbs. And I am going to stuff that in there. So I'm just breaking it off and stuffing it in to my degree of satisfaction. You can just put as little or as much as you want in here. I like to fill it. I do, and then their little limbs are kind of like just pillowy, soft, and squishy, and I love that. I've never got one too filled to where it's not squishy, so That's why I just fill it until I like the way it feels. And then, you know, if it does for some reason, there we go, that's good to me. It's pretty full. It's still real squishy, but she's got, you know, some limage. Oh, you know what? I need to make sure it's down in there. I probably should have done that before I stuffed so much in there. I got all happy, but it's in there. I can feel it. Well, you know, I'm gonna take a little out because I wanna make sure it gets down in there, but not a problem. I told you, I'm new at this. This is only my, let's see, I've redone Brooklyn, Addie and Millie. They were put together ones from Amazon. And then, there we go. Yeah, okay, that's good, much better. And then I have built the other 2 kits that you saw. This video will go out after I do the blanket reveals and name reveals. So you'll know it's Saoirse and Corey and Chloe. So these are my 3 that I'm totally putting together by myself. Although, you know, redoing the Amazon ones, that was totally by myself too. I mean, I took them out and really redid those girls. But, so there we go. So yeah, when you first start putting it in, make sure you push it down because I didn't have anything in here. And her leg was hollow. So now she's got a nice squishy leg. And then I'm gonna put that aside. Then I'm gonna get me another. We're gonna do half scoop again because that seemed to work on the other leg. We'll see how it does on this one. Let's see. Yeah, I think that did good too. And you know, you want them to be about the same. I'm gonna put just a tad more in this one, just a teeny, and just a little tiny more. That's good enough. And so now she has her little weighted beads, and then again, I'm going to get my polyfill, and I'm going to shove it in there. This time I'm going to remember to use my tool to shove it in the bottom part of the leg. More polyfill. Now, this isn't the way everybody does it. I always do my legs first. I forget who else does. Some people do the body first. This part, they'll stuff it and get the zip ties in it before they do their limbs. But I start at the bottom and work my way up. And that's just worked out well for me. And here I go again. I'm talking. I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. This is why I do not do tutorials very often. I need to poke her leg down a little more. But I'm just going to take my straw and poke the polyfill down in there. Because, you know, you got to get it like past that knee. There we go. Now it's down in there. Okay. So, but all the ladies I watched were so good because they always said, you're going to find your own way of doing this, what you're comfortable with, and you're going to do it. And I think, you know, that's true. So there we go. So we got 2 little legs all prepped and ready to be put on a body now. Okay, let's put those aside. I'm going to put those aside. And since I've got all that stuffing in there now, the glass beads are not going to fall out of the legs. I'm going to close this because I don't want to spill it and move it for a minute, because now we're going to work on this body for a minute. I don't need that for the body. So now I'm going to grab my zip ties, and we're going to need 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to use 5 zip ties. And then what you want to do is when you want to pre-thread your, well, you can. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. You can pre-thread your zip ties through each limb before you stuff it, but you don't have to. I think I'm actually going to stuff my body. I don't know. Let's see how it way. Everybody does this different. So, let's see. Well, let's go ahead, since the body's here anyway, let's go ahead and at least do the legs. So you're going to want to make sure you're going like this with your zip tie. You want this to go in this way, okay? Because that's where it's going to, you know, do the catching down there. So you want to make sure it's super easy. You just push it in here and you thread it through and it comes out the other end, okay? You just do that to the other side. And you can actually do all 4 limbs right now if you wish. I think I'm just gonna do the legs for the moment. And I'm gonna put these aside. So there we go. So we got her zip ties in her legs. And then what I will do is I will go ahead and stuff the body. Now the body, I'm gonna go ahead and use the extra soft, which I think I'm gonna fill it as much as I can with the extra soft before I open up. See how far I get on this. This is like really silky soft. I mean, you guys should feel this. It's definitely a difference, but like I said, when you're stuffing the vinyl limbs, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to, because you know, you want a soft booty, right? They gotta have a soft little booty. So I'm gonna fill the booty up with the soft stuff. And you can, I've already done it to this though, that's why I haven't done it. You can, so take it and pull it apart and go like this. But I've done this to this already because I was stuffing dolls. So as you see, it's actually in a lot of parts because I've already kind of done this, but it kind of fluffs it up a little and, you know, makes it more fluffy. So I'm just gonna pack in her little booty, down part here, pack it in there. Just gonna use the rest of this and put it in here. And so look at that, isn't that cute? Like to make sure it's well packed in the little booty, because if not, you'll have a flat booty. You'll have a flat booty baby. So there we go. So now I got the bottom part stuffed. And so then I'm gonna kind of put my hand in here and just kind of like make a hole kind of in the middle, like right in there of the polyfill. You see that little hole I got going on there? So that's when you're gonna get your pantyhose or your knee high or whatever else, you know, something like this. And I cut off, so I'm gonna cut off about, I'm gonna cut off a generous amount. You don't have to cut that much off, but I like to have a generous amount. And then what you do is I just open it up. Now we're gonna get our glass beads again. I'm confident I'm gonna have enough glass beads because her little she's got little limbs. She's a petite girl. So now I'm gonna get, I got a full scoop. I'm gonna put it inside my pantyhose like this, and I'm just gonna dump it in there. And I do it all in my, this coffee can is a really good, because it's got a container for your glass beads, because it's got such a wide neck on it, so you can like work inside of it. So I've got 1 scoop of glass beads in there, and I'm gonna go ahead and get 2 scoops of glass beads. So here's a 2nd scoop, and I'm gonna do the same thing that I did with my first one. Just dump it in there. And then that's what that looks like. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and do 1 more 1/2 scoop, because I'm pretty sure that's roundabouts what I did for Corey. And he's the same size baby she's gonna be. So about 2 1/2 scoop is, and that's not gonna weigh her much. She's not gonna weigh a ton. So then I'm gonna close this up again, because you again don't want this to spill. So I got me this funky little bag here, and then what I do is you tie it up like this, and a lot of people leave it just like this, but you see this, you know, this stuff is like sand, okay? So what I like to do is go ahead and double it and then tie it again, and that pretty much keeps it. And so far with all my babies, this has been, some people don't do this and some people do, so like I said, it's your preference. So then you got this nice bag right here I'm gonna pause the video for a minute though, because I wanna wipe this up. I forgot to bring wipes with me before we continue. Okay, I got that all cleaned up. So then I got my body. Remember that little hole we made? Make sure you're not putting it on, make sure the booty's filled in good, because you don't want it down you just kind of like in the middle of the body, like right about like here is where I like to put it, but kind of in the center of the body. Because she's a bigger baby, so she should be able to, my Chloe and my Corey are gonna be like 6 months old is what I'm saying they are. So they should be able to sit up and stuff by now, or at least decently be trying to sit up by themselves. So I tucked that little puppy right in there, in the hole I made. And then before I go any further, okay, a lot of people will go ahead and stuff this. But before I go any further, I want to go ahead and put her legs on to keep this stuffing inside, and that way too I can feel her better, feel her more, see more like how I want her filled. Because like, see right now she has these bumps and lines, and when I get her legs on her, I can smooth her out a little bit better. So I'm gonna grab her little leggies. Make sure you put them on the right side of the doll. just make sure. And then all you have to do is I go ahead and I will pre-thread my zip tie to about that much, because we want to make sure we get the leg in here nicely. She has a small leg, so I could actually draw hers up a little bit. And then I just kind of put the leg in there, and then now this is my way of doing it. It's not everybody. This is how I do it. I make sure like up here, let me move this. So see how up here it's in the crease where it's supposed to be? I like to make sure that it's laying against that. And then I will start tightening up, just pulling it tighter from this side until, you see how it's getting tighter? Until it gets tight enough. So she's moving good. Oh, she moves real good. She moves real good. So I'm actually tighten her up pretty well, and her limbs are just wonderful. So that's probably tight enough for her, and her limbs move good. And you just want to make sure that this is, there's like this lip right here. You want to make sure that's not popping out. You don't want that to be popping out. So hers is tucked in there quite nicely. It's in there good, and it's movable still. So she's moving like super well. So those are good limbs. I'll tell you what, other side, just gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna pre-thread my zip tie and get it in here to, let's turn this around so you guys can see. So I'm gonna tighten it up to, sorry, I'm trying to do this so you guys can see too, to about there, because she's got a smaller limb. The bigger limb babies, you're gonna want to make sure to leave it pretty good and loose, because their lip or whatever they're bigger, and so you're gonna need that room to work with. And then I'm gonna put it in here, and I'm hugging it up against this cloth and this zip tie, okay? And then I come over here with this side, and I just pull, and it just takes the one hand for me. And then I pull until, again, I get it to where it looks like it's pretty good, and her little limbs are movable. I want to check to make sure that little lip's not coming out. I'm going to tighten up just a smidge more. Yep, still good, still good. This a smidge more. Yep, still good. Oh, I might have been too tight on that one. It's kind of hard to tell too, because she's not, no, it still moves really good. Okay, so both of those are good, super good. So now what I'm gonna do, and because if I don't do this, I will continue to tighten these on accident and get them too tight and her legs won't move. I've learned from experience. So I'm gonna go ahead and clip these off. A lot of people will get everything on and then go through and clip these off, but just, I clip them off after I'm done tightening them to my liking. And so far it's done me well. Because if not, then I end up tightening it accidentally too tight, and then I have to waste a zip tie and reattach the limb because it's too tight. But that's my preference. Like I said, a lot of people do it differently, and that's fine. So these toenail clippers are the greatest things because you just put it right up against the head. So I'm putting it, so this head of this, I'm gonna put this right up against the head and just clip, and it'll make a clean clip and it'll be soft and smooth there. So that's what I'm gonna do. Just gonna put it right up against this clip, snap it off, and it's smooth, done. Now her little leg is on there and it's good. And then I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. Just snip it off. Make sure you get it tied up there. Now see that one? Oh yeah, I did it, never mind. I was like, see, I just messed that one up. I did not, it's fine. So now I got her little legs on. So now she has leggies. So what I'll do is I'll sit her, and now I can play around with her body a little more. Get it to a little more to my liking on the bottom part especially. I can fill in her booty better, smooth out her back real good, and you know, really stuff it around the legs and stuff like I like it. So that's what I'll do next. I'll get my polyfill, fluff it up, shove it in until I feel like, and everybody has a preference whether you want it super filled or not. I like, since she's a bigger baby, I still want her squishy, but I want her to be able to, like I said, sit up because she's a bigger baby. So I'm making them, you know, get a nice, you want a nice back. I did learn that from a couple ladies. You want to make sure you get that nice back because, you know, when they're wearing their clothes, you want it to look good. So try to get a nice even back, and then more polyfill. I'm gonna get in here and get her front and her sides looking nice. So I'm just stuffing. And the nice thing about this is you can just play around with this until you get it the exact way you want it. You know, it's your baby. You make it the way you want it. So again, get a little in. It's coming along. Get it in. Again. And I'm gonna stuff her all the way up to her arms and her head part. And then I got her stuffed up here. Now she'll still have to have a little more stuffing in here probably, but she is still super squishy, but she's, you know, she looks nice. She's got that nice little back. She's got a nice belly. She looks good on the sides. Yeah, she's real nice. Okay, so now I'm gonna set her aside for a minute, this part of her. Then I'm gonna get her little arms. Basically, we're gonna do the same thing that I did for her legs. I'm gonna get my glass beads. I'm gonna fill them up about halfway. So I got it to the halfway mark, and I'm going to fill them. I'm gonna pour it in here and get it down into her little fist, and that's good. That actually goes up to about there, and I think that's fine. That's plenty for her little arm. So then I'm gonna get another half scoop. And I'm gonna tell you what, these glass beads have really lasted. This was a good purchase. I'm gonna put it in again. I don't know, you guys, these holes are littler, so I'm doing it over this because, and then there we go. It's up to there again. Her little hands got it in there. Put the glass beads away because again, don't want them to spill. Now I'm just going to take the tougher polyfill again and shove it in here until, and these holes are little, so these are harder to get in. I will have to use my handy dandy metal straw to really get this pushed down in there good. I'm just gonna take this and push it down in there so that they actually have tools for this, but my straw works great. So I ain't ashamed of having my little straw to push my polyfill down. So I'm just trying to, when they have bins, it's a little harder to get the polyfill in there, but it's in there now. Get a little more, shove it in, shove it in. And I'm gonna fill this all, I like to fill these all the way up. That's just the way I like my babies. I don't like them to be hard, but I have never filled one so much that it's a hard, there we go, see, it's still squishy. I just like for them to be full. So again, with the polyfill, shove it down in here and get the metal straw and shove it down past the elbow. A little more. Little more. Sorry guys, didn't mean to like make all that clinking noise with my straw. Yeah. And here we go. I'm putting smaller pieces, so it's taking a little longer to get this arm filled because trying to get those big old pieces in these little holes was a little hard. So smaller pieces for littler holes. Almost got it filled. And like I said, this is your preference. You don't have to put this much polyfill. You can just put a little, but I like it filled and still squishy because it's still squishy when you do it. Okay, so now we got our arms. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and attach her arms. Again, make sure you have the arms on the right side of the baby because you're going to you're going to, you know, run a zip tie. Don't ask me how I know these things. So again, I am just threading it through. It goes real easy. They just go right around and come right out this other hole. Of course, this one's going to get snagged because I just said that it was easy. Usually they just zip right through there. There it is. It just got snagged. So, and then we're going to connect it. Just like so. She has little arms, so again, I will connect it all the way up to there. Let's see, make sure I put the right arm on. Then we're gonna, these are really small, so actually I'm gonna tighten this up a little more, but you wanna be careful because you don't wanna mess it up. Because again, you don't wanna waste a zip tie. So, oh, I'm gonna have to put you guys up a little bit because we're getting taller, because we're getting built. So again, I like to make sure she's butted up against the top part, okay? And then you can do the underneath part. She has little bitty arms. She has tiny arms. And just keep tightening it. I'm gonna have to put it toward me for a minute, guys. Just keep tightening it until she's in there. That's still too loose. Look at that. Look at that. There we go. So there we go. And see, she's not going to come out. Her lips are all, the lip of her little arms are all in there snugly. She moves great. So she'll be able to get dressed and everything. Again, I'm going to do the same thing with the other arm. Get the zip tie through there. See, that one came right out just like it was supposed to. Connect our zip tie. Make sure you're putting it on the right way. Ain't gonna do you no good if you put it on the wrong way. Tighten it up. I went ahead and tightened a little bit more because she's just got the smallest little arms. And then for me, it's just easy to get it all the way like hooked in there like that, because then it's like a good, you know, it's got a good catch on it, and then you just tighten up the bottom. You just keep tightening. There we go. She's good. So there we go. Now we got arms. Yay! Okay, that was a little weird. And then I'm going to lay her down because, again, we're going to take our toenail clippers and we're going to get right up on that head and we're going to snip that off. Clean little snip. And you can wiggle that into, most of the time they'll wiggle right into the fabric. Now sometimes they won't. I've gotten some dolls that but then it just kind of makes it disappear. So that plastic piece isn't showing. So there's one arm, and we're going to do the other one. What are we going to do, guys? We're going to snip it right up on there, aren't we? Okay, let's get it again. And snip it off. And there she is. Okay, I thought I tightened her again. Oh, tell you what, sometimes I have a little trouble with that. So now we got her here. Well, hello. So now I'm going to finish, because now she's got her arms on, so she's got a little weight to her. So I'm seeing where she's where her sag is, and I want her a little more straight up. So what I'm going to do is get, oh, not that polyfill, not the rough polyfill, we want the soft polyfill. So I just got this much more of that. So I'm going to use the rest of that. Then I'm going to have to dig into my new, and I'm going to put that right there. And then I'm going to shove it. I just like making sure that they have a good amount in them. So now I'm going to open my soft polyfill. And they actually have, you know, softer polyfill like this sold in the stores too, softer than this, but it is a little more expensive. So I wanted to try to go on the more budget-friendly side, but still have her, this stuff is still really soft. I mean, there ain't nothing wrong with it. So I'm going to keep stuffing her until I feel like I like the way that her body is. So you just keep on stuffing them. So I like the way her back is looking, and then her front, and I want her stuffed kind of good up here because she has to hold her head up. So she's looking pretty good. I'm gonna put a little more up in the chest area, because that tends to be the problem, is with the dolls that have the saggy heads, which, you know, when you have the small little infant newborn dolls, you know, the little bitty ones, they're supposed to have saggy heads and stuff, you know. But like I said, with her, I'm gonna pretend like she's about 6 months old. So I want her to be like sitting up, and she's still, oh, so super soft and squishy. So, okay, I think I like that. Let's see. I think I like the way that, I think that'll do real good. I think that's great. So then, this is preference. I don't fill her head, you know, with infants, you do like the little bag that I put in her body, you put a little bit of that, a little bag like that in their heads to make them weighted. You can do it toward the front and it'll make their heads fall forward. You can do it toward the back and it makes their heads fall back, or you can put it in the middle and it's kind of just a floppy head. Totally up to you, totally up to your preference. I'm not putting any weight in her though, because she's a big girl. So, but what I am going to do is I am going to put some polyfill in there, because I do like to put polyfill in the heads of the babies. And you can also do it with your bigger dolls too, but just don't put too much in there because it makes their heads even heavier. So I just give her some stuffing in there. I don't know, I just like to. Some people don't like stuffing or beads in their dolls' heads at all, and that is fine. Like I said, you're gonna find your preference to what you like with your babies, and that's what makes this such a great hobby. So I know you're thinking, man, that's a lot, but she's got a big cavity. After this is going to be it. I'm not stuffing it like I did the arms. So now she's got a little stuffing in her head. Okay, so then you're going to get your last zip tie. Oh my goodness, last zip tie. Make sure it's the right way. And then you're just going to thread it through like, you know, you do. You just thread it through. See, these are so easy. Comes out the other side, attach it, and pull it. Not too tight. You gotta get the head on there. So with her, I'm just gonna kind of set it in the middle for a minute because I gotta get some of the slack out of this. And I don't put it so much toward the front because then their heads tend to lean toward the front. So I just put it in the middle and then start tightening as I go and make sure that the lips are all, and if the doll has hair, you gotta kind of make sure you're pulling that out. You want her head to turn. Yeah. Wow, she has, her little limbs are so good. I really am liking her little limbs. They're like great. Now her head does feel, kind of go forward a little bit. I maybe should have stuffed a little bit more up in the front. Now see, this is where you have dilemmas. Yep, I'm gonna have to stuff some more in the front. This is one of the things that I have a hard time with, is getting enough so their heads stay up in the front. I had to redo Millie because her head laid back or front forward. Corey though, I did him great, perfect. Didn't have to redo him at all. But her head's too far down. So I'm gonna have to put some more right here to, now if you want her like that, that's fine. If you want her little head going down, that's absolutely fine. But I want her head, well, I don't know, maybe not. Maybe it's because I had her so far forward. Yeah, I don't know. Look, actually, when you set her up, she's fine. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave her like this for now because she's fine now. I think it's just the way I had her sitting too far forward. I think she's fine, but I do have some more zip ties and some more stuffing. So if in a couple days I decide that I don't like the way she is, I can pop her head off real quick and just throw some more stuffing in. But actually she's doing great. She's holding her head up, huh? So yeah, so there she is. Oh, I gotta get her last zip tie. Make sure I got that on good. Again, make sure, check and make sure you got the head on good before you pull your, yeah, she's good. She's real good. Before you cut it off, if not, you'll have to cut the whole zip tie off and put a new one on. Which, you know, it is what it is. All right, so that's done. So there she is. There is my beautiful Chloe, my little Saskia. She is stinking adorable. I'm super happy that I have her. Let's push her up. There we go. She says, hello, everybody. So there you go. There's a tutorial on how I put my dollies together. You know, and like I said, I watched a bunch of tutorials. I really suggest that you guys do the same thing. Watch the tutorials because they're very informative and you learn a lot. You guys are so crooked. I'm so sorry. I don't know if I can fix that, but anyway. Oh, there we go. That's how I fix it. Okay. Anyway, that's it. That's it. What do you guys think? My 3 AliExpress kits came and they're adorable and just so stinking cute. Nope, my husband brought a little romper out for her. Let's just put her in it real quick. I don't got a diaper for her yet, but I will get one of those in a minute. Well, let's put this cute little outfit and see what she looks like. You guys have already seen her anyway. So, but let's see. Let's see, baby girl. Put a little outfit on you. Oh yeah. Yeah, my little Chloe. Oh, she's a cute one. I like her too. So, put this cute little butterfly onesie type thing on her. I'm really happy with her. She turned out really good, and she's actually a really beautiful kit. Say, oh, I love my butterflies. Yeah, so there you go. She looks adorable. So I hope you like this tutorial. I hope I helped somebody out. I know without all the wonderful women in the community who have taught me. So to name a few, Tamara from Once Upon a Nursery, Linda from Linda's Romper Room, gosh, and I don't remember the other ones, but there are a lot of ladies who have a lot of tutorials on how to paint the babies and put the babies together and all that. So me and Chloe are gonna sign off now. So give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Leave me a comment down below. Subscribe, hit the bell notification button. I'm tired. Their kits and the glass beads, I'll try to like get all the supplies that I can and link them in the comments below, whatever I can find online, and email, friend mail, what else is down there? My Instagram, all those links are down in the description box. So we'll see you next time, guys. Thanks for coming along. Thanks for watching. Remember, be kind, be gentle, be you.